And welcome back to Coffee with the Wolves, presented by JJC Athletics. I'm your host, Damian Dennis, and this week we're once again talking softball. I'm here with Coach Emily Marino.
What's up? How's it going?
Pretty good. Busy around here.
Yeah, for sure.
So, your regular season has come to an end, 26-24 overall record. And today, I guess, when this releases, you start the postseason, Region 4 tournament against College of DuPage. Just kind of, how are you feeling where this team's at right now, right before we enter this tournament?
I'm really proud of the season that the girls had. They played well, and then to finish above 500 was awesome, especially with the competition that we played. And I'm feeling, really good about about going into the game tomorrow, and just we need to play. We need to focus on ourselves and just do the things that we need to do to win. So, play good defense and, have solid pitching. And I think our hitters are always doing a good job of making adjustments. And I'm just confident in our ability and hopefully, be competitive and come out on top.
Yeah, and now it's a best-of-3 series, 2 games Friday, so noon and 2 p.m. There'll be a link on jjcwolves.com to live stream it via College of DuPage, right?
Yes.
And then Saturday, third game if needed. Best case scenario, what are you hoping to see in this Region 4 tournament?
Oh, I mean, hopefully we come on top, but it's going to be a battle. COD's a great team and very competitive, and they've had a great year as well. So it's going to be a dogfight out there, and hopefully we've been preparing for this for all year long, and that's why we play a tough schedule, so to prepare us to play under pressure. And I think we've done what we needed to do to be ready to go and compete with them, but it's not going to be easy. They're a great team, and like I said, they've had a great year as well, and it's going to be a big challenge.
Yeah. Let's kind of look back a little bit, just at the very end of the regular season here, because I know that last doubleheader, you guys scored 39 runs.
Yeah.
Heck of a way to finish. And we've seen that a few times from your team this year. I think I've mentioned in the past, when your bats get going, they get going.
Yeah.
And obviously you want to see that build in the postseason. How do you kind of retrospectively, how do you kind of build upon that and maybe keep the offense so hot like that?
Yeah, I think we just talk a lot about keeping it simple at the plate, not trying to do too much up there, and just really keep it simple with your mindset. And again, like the mental side of it, not getting too high, not getting too low, and trying to keep them even keels so that they're able to understand one at bat doesn't make a bad day, and that they're able to understand that and come back and if they do have a challenging at bat, come back and do something great later in the game. So we just try to keep it positive and keep it simple with them.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about some of your student athletes. You sent me a text, as we were sitting here, some stats. We have Skylar Welcome coming up,
Yep.
After you. But for example, in her case, she's second in home runs, seventh in RBIs, fifth in hits, tied for third in double bases. And then you have Kerrigan Cobes. She's tied for third in RBIs, ninth in hits.
Yep.
So a lot of kind of power from
Yep.
some of these student athletes. Those
Yep.
are just the two that you sent me, but
Yep.
I know there's more out there too.
Oh yeah.
Just kind of their overall performance throughout the regular season, and keeping them kind of their composure and their morale up as you go into the postseason.
Yep, definitely. And that's, again, like I said, we're just trying to stay positive with them. But the credit goes to, Sky and Kerrigan and to the team. They've really bought in. They put the work in. They work hard when they're at practice. They've bought into our hitting philosophy and what we talk about. And with Coach Mike, he's, just very passionate about hitting, and we're so lucky to have him, on our staff, because he just makes a huge difference. And the girls have really bought into what we talk about, and you can see, the results. But that's a credit to the girls, because they buy in and then they work hard at it. And that just gives them, it's just awesome to see. It's awesome to see them, come out and have those type of statistics and be hitting the ball the way that they do. It's been fun to watch and awesome, and I'm just really proud of them, and I'm really happy for them, because they put in such hard work. So it's great to see that.
Now, I know around the office you've been trying not to look too far forward,
Yeah.
but I do want to ask you, assuming, or not assuming, but like if you close out this weekend, you come out on top, what does the rest of the postseason look like, at least in terms of just scheduling?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I don't like to look too far ahead. I just know that if we were to win it, we would be, traveling to North Dakota. But as far as who we would play and things like that, I didn't even get into that.
Yeah.
Really focused on tomorrow and this weekend, and hopefully, taking care of what we need to do to win. So, and putting the team in the best position to win. So, not getting too far ahead, but I know the trip would be a district game, and we would need to travel to North Dakota.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, that's what I wanted to know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I know it's districts or whatever next,
Yeah.
and
Then nationals. Yeah.
So, but, just kind of, the season has been quite up and down for you guys, but I feel like that's just the nature of baseball and softball in general. A lot of back and forth. I was looking at DuPage's record earlier, and I don't remember how many wins, but they had like 15 losses. But even there, kind of up and down. How do you kind of manage the team throughout the season? Like, okay, we've lost a game. Like in some games, whether it's basketball or football or something, you lose a game, it's kind of a bit more demoralizing.
Yeah.
But you're playing 2 games every outing,
Yeah.
and then you might split a series, sweep a series, or get swept.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and I think that's what, we really talk about growing, what we can learn from the game, what we can learn from, the opportunities. There's opportunities to learn and to grow, and that's what we kind of really put our focus on and how we can get better. And again, it's a credit to the team because they listen and they buy in, and then they work at it, and trying not to make the same mistakes twice, trying to understand if we made a mistake in the later innings, how do we prevent that? And, how do we prevent sometimes we're giving up big innings, understanding how we can shut those innings down. And again, it's just a growing and learning so that we're playing the best we can at this time of year. And I feel like, with the schedule we put together, we should be playing at our best right now. And, people are starting to figure it out at the plate, and we're starting to figure it out a little bit defensively and on the mound, and that's where we want to be.
I think one thing that I've seen you guys be a little bit good at least when I've been in attendance anyway, is the ability to capitalize on the opponent's errors or mistakes out there. Because I think it was last week, was it Illinois Valley on Thursday last week? You guys, I think they had more hits in the game, but you guys came away with the win because they just made a couple, like 1 or 2 bad decisions on the field. And how do you kind of coach capitalizing on those mistakes while also limiting your own?
Yeah, we want to limit it, and we talk a lot about base running. And in that game in IVCC, we were running the bases pretty hard, and we talk about that all the time. No matter if you have speed or not, you're going to be a base runner, and trying to create chaos out there for the defense and putting them in pressure situations, and that's what happened in that game. We were able to create some chaos there, steal a base and get a runner in scoring position, and then we got the timely hit, so it worked out for us. So that's what we're trying to do as a team. Our offense, and that's what we work on. We've got quite a few stolen bases this year, so we're finding ways to make things happen out there and get good timely hitting as well.
I kind of forgot about the stolen bases thing until you mentioned that, because that was also a big part of it, and it shows kind of like your aggressiveness out there.
Yep.
I guess we start to wrap up here, because I know we got to get Skylar, and then you're heading out to practice in preparation of tomorrow.
Yep.
Just again, the postseason kind of compared to last year. The season kind of fell short last year for a variety of reasons. Get back to the postseason here. You're above 500 at the end of the regular season. Just kind of comparing the two and how you're feeling about where this team's at now.
Yeah, I mean, we just been trying to move forward, and really, like I said, this team's bought in, have a great freshman class, and then the returners have been awesome. They've been great leaders, and this team's really bought in to I know as the rain's pouring down out here. They've bought in, and just really excited that the program is where it's at. We bounced back, and looking forward to really trying to finish the season strong and hopefully have a good postseason. I believe in this group, then I think they can do it.
Because of the breaking news, How is practice looking
Yeah,
for
that's
you
just
now?
yeah. It looks like we're gonna be bouncing inside to our turf area, which is awesome. So we're lucky we have the event center here, and probably need to bounce in inside here. So yeah, I need to be calling my coach right
Yeah,
now, now
that was
and
funny
come in.
because I'm looking at you and I just
Yeah,
hear this roar. I'm like, what?
yeah,
That's rain, isn't it?
yep,
It slowly turned.
yeah,
But yeah, Emily, I appreciate you taking the time. You know what's kind of cool? I wanted to tell you this, and I figured telling you this on here would be kind
yeah,
of nice. But my daughter, you've seen her around,
yeah.
obviously, but she is playing in her first t-ball game on
Oh,
Saturday.
awesome.
We wanted to get her in soccer, but
Yeah,
Dad forgot
yeah,
the sign-up day,
yeah, yeah.
so
That's great.
she's doing t-ball now. So
Awesome.
yeah,
Yeah. Bring her
well,
out to one of our camps this
oh, yeah.
summer. So awesome.
Trying to get her involved in all the
Yeah,
sports.
for sure.
But
For sure.
next up here, we got Skylar Welcome
Yep.
coming. So again, Emily, thanks for
Yeah,
joining me.
no problem.
And next up here on Coffee with the Wolves, I'm joined by Skylar Welcome. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
So, softball season has been a lot of fun to follow this year. You guys finished 26 and 24, so above 200. Kind of right where you want to be entering the postseason. How are you feeling about kind of the conclusion of the regular season and where the team's at, and also where you're at just as a student athlete?
I feel really excited about it because obviously it's my first season, so it's kind of all new to me. But I feel like we're in a good spot going into the postseason. At first it wasn't all that great, but then we ended up figuring things out, working things together, getting closer as a team, and just figuring out how to get those wins that we really needed, and then ending with a good record.
Yeah. I meant to ask Coach Emily this, but the rain happened and it completely threw us all off, I think. But College of DuPage, who you're facing in the Region 4 tournament, I can't remember offhand. I should have looked it up. But you guys have likely played them in the regular season, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What are you hoping to kind of see this outing against a team you're familiar with?
I really am just looking just for energy from our team to kind of just just come out really hard in the first few innings, just get on top and just stay up the whole game instead of sometimes we have our downsides and it's you can be struggle a little bit and then we get it back, but I just want to kind of have us stay on top the whole time, especially because we have faced them before. Yeah. So it's we kind of know what we're getting into.
I don't remember the outcome of the games, but what are you hoping to see this time? And obviously you want to win because it's the postseason, but what are you maybe personally kind of hoping to do differently, if anything, against DuPage?
Honestly, just kind of go back to basics, not try to overdo anything. Just keep everything simple. Like my coaches always say, just keep everything simple. Don't overthink it. Just make the plays that you know how to make, and then when you're hitting and stuff like that, you can hit. Just kind of keep everything simple, not overthinking it.
So I want to ask a little bit about your season specifically. So Coach sent me some stats. We talked about them already here on the show, but you're tied for second in home runs, seventh in RBIs, fifth in hits, tied for third and second bases, second overall on extra base hits or whatever. How are you feeling about your performance this season and kind of being maybe one of the leaders, so to speak, entering the postseason?
I feel really good about it. It's college, so coming in here, I didn't actually expect to be all leading in some things and up there in ranking wise. But I feel I really put the work in, and it's obviously showing off.
What's the season been like for you? And I was gonna phrase it differently. I was gonna say, how much fun have you had this season? But kind of the same thing. What's it been like, just kind of playing, college softball?
It's been a really good experience. It's something looking back on it now, I don't think I could see myself not doing it because it's obviously opened me up to new experiences, new people, meeting new people. It's just been really fun overall.
And I can kind of use that as a segue to kind of go into some of these questions, just learn more about you. But, we'll start all the way back. How'd you get, first started playing softball?
I first started when I was 5. My whole family played softball, and then my grandpa also played baseball. So it's a family thing. We all just played the game. So then I got into it, and I really enjoyed it, and then I stuck through it. So I think it's been about 14 years now.
It's funny. I was just telling Emily as we wrapped up our segment. my 5-year-old, almost 5-year-old, her first t-ball game is on Saturday, so she's getting started at about that same time now.
Yeah, that's exciting.
What kind of led you to come to JJC? Was it, I mean, there's probably a variety of reasons. You can tell me. Why did you choose JJC?
Well, I mean, their academic program, stuff like that, is something that like I looked into really hard, and I didn't really want to go like far away for my first few years, and I still wanted to play softball. So here I kind of got like a little bit of everything, just kind of it was close to home and everything.
What sold you on JJC softball?
Just, I mean, it was close to home. I still wanted to play, and then also like the coaching and stuff like that. I really like it.
Now, I know you're just a freshman, but have you declared a major already, or are you just kind of taking the gen eds and exploring a bit?
I did change my major from the first round, but right now I'm a kinesiology major.
Okay. It's not the first time I've heard that on here. Anything about that program that you really like, specifically here at JJC?
I haven't really got into the program yet. I am going to be taking like classes in the fall, yeah.
So, yeah, I think I've heard that answer too. I should have foresaw that. Well, so the softball season up and down. It's 26 and 24 overall, though. It's better than the team was last year. Things kind of happened. The team didn't get to finish last year, so this year you complete the regular season. You return to the postseason, your first time in the postseason. Just overall, I guess, thoughts, feelings about just the kind of the conclusion of your first regular season at JJC.
I mean, I'm really like excited about it because I feel like we did do really good. There are some times where I feel like we could have done better, could have came out on top, had a little bit better of a record, but overall I feel like it was a good first season to have. And then we can also work up from here.
Yeah. Obviously the goal in the postseason is to win, keep winning, and hopefully win it all. Easier said than done. We all know this, but any personal kind of goals for you in the postseason?
Just honestly, just keep doing what I'm doing. Just use all that hard work that I've been working towards since like the fall. Just kind of put it towards the season. Just help my team out as much as I can.
On the topic of your team, I want to give you a chance to maybe talk about your teammates a little bit. I mean, nothing specific, but, the regular season ended with you guys scoring 39 runs in 2 games. That was a lot. And you guys have been very... You can get very hot offensively. When you get hot, it shows. Just kind of talk a little bit about how your teammates kind of, like, build into that offense, how they kind of... You all work together, mesh, and kind of go off like that.
Honestly, I feel like it kind of starts out with like the cheers because we came up with like these cheers like specific to each person. I feel like it's just kind of something that like, like hypes them up when they're hitting and just gets them like in the zone so that like when they do start hitting and stuff like that, it helps out. And then also like when we do have those good hits, like it feels good when the whole dugout gets really excited for everyone, gets that energy up.
Yeah. Well, Skylar, I wish you luck in the postseason. We're not going to keep you too long because I know you guys have practice soon, and it looks like the sun's peeking out, but I don't think you're going outside.
Yeah, probably not.
Well, I appreciate you taking the time. Hopefully we'll have you on, probably not this year again, but next season. And to anyone watching, we'll be back next week with more Coffee with the Wolves.